Good afternoon, dear Modi, dear Toastmasters, and ever welcome guests. Tagore, along with many of his worthy contemporaries, are slowly or quickly receding from Indian minds. Therefore, there is at best scant awareness about Tagore's poetic range, the topics, the emotions, the themes that he has dealt with. Therefore, I have picked for you a selection of his poems that reflect nationalism, the well-known part, romance, not so well-known part, and mischief, for example. I hope I help you visualize these. I hope visualize. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you. Where the mind is without fear. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into the ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, led my country away. 2. The wicked postman. Why do you sit there on the floor so quiet and silent? Tell me, dear mother. The rain is coming in through the open window, making you all wet, and you don't mind it. Do you hear the gong striking 4? It's time for my brother to come home from school. What has happened to you that you look so strange? Haven't you got a letter from father today? I saw the postman bringing letters in his bag for almost everybody in town. Only father's letter he keeps to himself. I'm sure the postman is a wicked man. But don't be unhappy about that, dear mother. Tomorrow is market day in the next village. You ask your maid to buy some pens and papers. I myself will write all father's letters. You will not find a single mistake. I shall write from A right up to K. But mother, why do you smile? You don't believe that I can write so nicely as father does? But I shall rule my paper carefully and write all the letters beautifully big. When I finish my writing, do you think I shall be foolish enough, like father, to drop the whole thing in the horrid postman's bag? I shall bring it to you myself without waiting, and letter by letter help you to read my writing. I know the postman does not like to give you the really nice letters. Third one, unending love. I seem to have loved you in numberless forms, numberless times, in life after life, in age after age, forever. My spellbound heart has made and remade the necklace of songs that you take as a gift, wear round your neck in your many forms, in life after life, in age after age, forever. Whenever I hear old chronicles of love, its age-old pain, its ancient tale of being apart altogether, as I stare on and on into the past, in the end, you emerge, clad in the light of a pole star, piercing the darkness of time. You become an image of what is remembered forever. You and I have floated here on the stream that brings from the fount. At the heart of time, love of one for another. We shall play alongside millions of lovers, sharing the same shy sweetness of meeting, the same distressful tears of farewell. old love, but in shapes that renew and renew forever. Today it's heaped at your feet. It has found you at the end. The love of all man's days, both past and forever. Universal joy, universal sorrow, universal life. The memories of all loves merging with this one love of ours, and the songs of every poet, past and forever. Two sisters. When the two sisters go to fetch water, they come to the spot and they smile. They must be aware of someone who stands behind the trees whenever they go to fetch water. The two sisters whisper to each other when they pass the spot. They must have guessed the secret of that somebody who stands behind the trees whenever they go to fetch water. Their pitchers lurch suddenly and water spills when they reach the spot. They must have found out that somebody's heart is beating who stands behind the trees whenever they go to fetch water. The two sisters glance at each other when they come to the spot and they smile. There is a laughter in their swift-stepping feet which makes confusion in somebody's mind who stands behind the trees whenever they go to fetch water. And the last one, freedom. Freedom is fear of the freedom I claim for you, my motherland. Freedom from the burden of the ages, bending your head, breaking your back, blinding your eyes to the beckoning call of the future. Freedom from the shackles of slumber, wherewith you fasten yourself in night stillness, mistrusting the star that speaks of truth's adventurous paths. Freedom from the anarchy of destiny. Whole sails are weakly yielded to the blind, uncertain winds, and the helm to a hand ever rigid and cold as death. Freedom from the insult of dwelling in a puppet's world, where movements are started through brainless wires, repeated through mindless habits, where figures wait in patience and obedience for the master to show, to be stirred into a mimicry of life.